Prez, I've got another question for you. But of course, this is something I hear all the time. And I have to know your thoughts on it. Are the books really against us? Do they really set these trap games? Do they really put out fishy lines? This has been a long time debate in my friend circle.
Kelly, to me, there is no debate. There's right, which is what I'm about to explain, and then there's wrong. And, in this day and age, wrong does seem to be right to a lot of people these days. But ultimately, I don't understand how there could be a debate here. These books do not exist without customers. Why would they be against their customers? They give out promos to entice acquisition. Why would they then want to be against those people so that they leave to go to another book with a bad taste? Those books, sports books, are our partner. They're our friend. They're the people that we bet against. We recognize that they charge, 10 minus 110, to win 100. And we understand they have bills to pay. But these sports books, the majority of them, and especially the public ones, are not gambling. They are trying to get money on equal side, take their 10% juice. I actually worked as the chief marketing officer of a public company sports book a while back. And the bottom line is these guys are trying to get 3% net revenue on all the betting volume. So they'll take 10% is the gross on their betting volume, and 7% will go to pay their bills, and they will try to make a net profit of somewhere around 3%. So it makes no logical sense that they would actually be against us. Otherwise, we would be unhappy with them. So when people sit there and say to me, oh, this is a trap game. The books want you to bet the Boston Bruins tonight. The books want you to bet Buffalo against Kansas City. Well, yeah, they might want you to bet that because they took a whole lot of action on the other side and they're trying to get even money. But what they're not doing is hanging a line where they have put themselves in a huge risk environment because they think they know better than you. That just doesn't happen. These books are trying to get money on equal sides. Now, are there offshore books that are willing to gamble? Yes, there are. However, strangely, their lines are very similar to the lines that you find from the large books, the Caesars, the MGMs, the FanDuels, the DraftKings, etc., Bet365, on and on and on. So from my perspective, never sit there and say to yourself, this is a trap game. They want us to bet. One of the things I tell my clients all the time, don't sit there and say, oh, it's too good to be true. Oh, the Buffalo Bills are -3 at home against the lowly New York Jets. How could that be? It should be -7. This line is fishy. No, it's not. If you think Buffalo will beat them by more than 3, bet Buffalo. If you think the sports books have given you a gift, take the gift. They are not putting out fishy lines. They are not putting out trap lines. They are not against you. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth, or do you? I can't remember that cliche, Kelly.
I think it's don't look. Now you're making me laugh. I think it's don't look a gift horse in the mouth. But that is just because it's so funny. You're right. I look at some different scenarios where I'm like, this is too good to be true. The line is 2 or 3 points off the market. I will say this: whenever they go off market, let's say on an NFL Sunday, right? Everybody else has 3.5, and a what I would call a sharp book goes to, let's just say, 3 minus 120. They're looking for money, but that's probably only because they have too much money on the other side.
Right. And it's such a great point, Kelly, because and we should have done a video on this as well. So I'm just going to talk about it right now.
Perfect.
Every single bettor out there should have an account at a really sharp book. It's easy to know which books they are. If you don't know, email customer service at WagerDog and we'll tell you what they are. We're not going to do it on this show, but it is crucial to have an account at a smart book, because ultimately, if every book is -3.5 and a sharp book goes to -3, -120, the sharp book is telling you something. It's not telling you that it's trying to trap you. It's telling you that they have sizable, well-respected money coming in on one particular side. Those are opportunities for us, especially if dumb books take a while to move their line. So I'm glad you mentioned that, because it's not a question of, oh, does the smart book know more than the dumb book? It's a question of which is getting the respected money that's making the line move faster than the rest, who ultimately will follow. But that 20-minute gap or 2-minute gap might be the difference between winning and losing. And Kelly, there is a very small difference between winning and losing, which is why you have to bet a percentage of your bankroll. It's a game of inches. It's why you have to take advantage of different accounts. It's why you have to understand what books are smart and what books are square. It is a very fine line between winning and losing.